a rhythm early. Nice triple.
Morant against Conley. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. Greg, with how explosive John Morant is, he has certainly taken his fair share of awkward falls.
And that's what worries you with guys like that. He's already had a number of injuries in his young career, but we all just want to see him at full health.
The Timberwolves making a switch here. Naz Reid, he's checked in for Gobert. Clark comes in for McDaniels. Alexander Walker, he's checked in for Edwards. And it's Dante DiVincenzo in for Mike Conley. Now here's Morant. 9 points in the game so far. Shot clock at 5. Shoots over DiVincenzo. And it's good off the back of the rim and in. 11 points in the game.
This is what Morant does best. A natural scorer who does it in a variety of ways.
Here's DiVincenzo. That's in, coming off an assist from Randall.
And they've scored several times already here in the first quarter on the inside.
Here's Morant. No good with the wing jumper.
Well, you simply have to shake that one off, right? You can't let that kind of missed opportunity bother you.
And Randall throws it down.
Wow, excellent explosion off his feet by Julius Randle.
Jackson against Randall. Morant left side. Right side Jackson. Over Clark. Jackson misses. Alexander Walker up top. Guarded by Morant. Here's Edey. And the last second attempt doesn't fall. And that concludes a back-and-forth, high-scoring first quarter of play. And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out in the second quarter. And looking at what we've seen from the Grizzlies, what do you guys think?
Well, the offense is clicking, and they seem to have seized the momentum here early on.
Boy, it's been a really pretty thing to watch, executing their game plan to perfection.
Morant is the point, with Bane out on the wing. G.G. Jackson is out there with Jaren Jackson. And it's Edey in at the center position. That's the group from Memphis to kick off the second quarter. It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Kevin, thank you very much. The Timberwolves have become a rough and rugged team. Swingman Jaden McDaniels said, "We don't let nobody push us around. We're always being physical defensively. I feel like we're a tough team, super tough." Kevin, they certainly have the size to hold their own.
Always being physical. But, David, that's their identity. And we thank you for the report. And it's Desmond Bane with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. The Timberwolves making a switch here. Minot's checked in. It's Edwards on the wing. Guarded by Morant. Edwards, no good.
Well, we didn't see the same kind of control we're used to seeing from him. This guy is usually a tremendous finisher.
Morant outside. There's Jackson with the three. DiVincenzo with the rebound. Timberwolves trail by 9. And the bucket is good. 3-point play chance here for him.
Yeah, heard the whistle and then kept his focus and able to still knock it down.
Minnesota making a switch here. Mars is checked in. He's getting his first free throw attempt of the game here.
And at 78%, he's been a consistent shooter at the line for them all season long.
Greg, this is some kind of note. Last year, Minnesota, for just the second time, had ever won a series in the postseason.
Yeah, they've been bounced in the first round, 10 of 12 appearances. But last year's team was different. Their elite defense fueled the conference finals run.
Joe Ingles is checked in for Minnesota. Outside Edwards. Ingles kicks to Edwards. Shoots over Morant. And once again off the mark by Minnesota.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. The D out of position, you could see the frustration on his face.
Morant against DiVincenzo. No one near Edwards as he lets it fly. Drills the three-pointer. Edwards got 10 points.
Doesn't matter where on the floor Anthony Edwards is. That shot mechanic's so pretty, so fluid.
And finished off by Morant.
Love seeing a point guard who can explode to the rim like that.
Oh, great attitude and even a better finish.
Boy, it's incredible how much explosive scoring ability can come from the lead guard position. That is a big-time play.
And Minnesota has possession. The Grizzlies making the shot. Here's Reed. Oh, that's blocked. Morant against Edwards. And a little luck that time, but it drops. Morant's got the lead up to 9 now for the Grizzlies. And a closer look here at the hustle stats for the Grizzlies.
I love the defensive concentration so far in this one. They're getting out on shooters and really doing a great job of disrupting the rhythm.
I think the other thing they're doing is they're wearing out the opponent in transition, exploding up the floor for easy chances.
Now Morant. After Anthony Edwards missed from long range. Edwards with the block.
Wow, great defensive play by Anthony Edwards, engaged on that end of the floor right now.
Pass to DiVincenzo. The wide open look here for Ingles. Buries the long-range jumper. Ingles has got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. DiVincenzo against Morant. Now here's Jackson. Doris, I know the NBA is considering using technology to help officiate out of bounds and goaltending. Do you have a problem with that?
You know, Kev, at the end of the day, I think it is about getting the calls right. If there's a way to lift the load off these officials, even if it's around the margins, why not try it?
Morant against DiVincenzo. Morant right side. Just 4 to shoot. Rebound, Minnesota. Now here's DiVincenzo. 5 points in the game. Ingles off target with the jump hook. There's 1:26 left in the first half of the game. Bane passes to Morant. Jackson from long range. DiVincenzo with the rebound. DiVincenzo's got 4 rebounds in this game. Pass to Alexander Walker. To the middle. Here's Reed. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. It's going to be on Desmond Bane.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
Big group substitution now for Minnesota. Gobert, he's checked in for Joe Ingles. Julius Randle comes in for Alexander Walker. Daniels, he's checked in for Edwards. And Mike Conley subbed in for Dante DiVincenzo. The Grizzlies with another miss.
He is single-handedly dropping the temperature in here with that cold streak.
He is trying to shoot his way out of it, and it might be better for him to pass the basketball at this point.
Randle with the nice move. And it's 9 points for Julius Randle.
Such a tough proposition guarding Julius Randle in that area. This guy is capable on the interior.
Jackson in the corner. Good, and a nice assist from Morant. And the Grizzlies lead by 3.
I'll tell you, you are playing with fire anytime you leave this guy open, and they just got burned.
Here's Conley, and the layup is good.
Well, if you give Mike Conley any kind of position on the interior, he is just crafty enough to finish it.
Morant outside, out of bounds. Minnesota takes possession.
Now into the lineup for the Timberwolves. Number 4, Robert Dillingham.
Conley scanning the floor. Pass to Dillingham. Here's Randle. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead there.
is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
And a close game so far through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Grizzlies lead by 1. Live from the FedEx Forum, you're watching 2K Sports. And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. Guys, Ja Morant has been sensational.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
One of the things every player is after is efficiency at the offensive end. And boy, this young guy has done just that.
And on the floor for Chris Finch as we get into the second half. Edwards on the wing. He's joined by McDaniels. Julius Randle is out there with Gobert, and it's Conley in at the point. Mike Conley was drafted, Doris, back in 2007. And somehow, someway, he's gone his whole career without receiving a technical foul. Heck, you and I have received technical fouls over here, but not him on the floor.
Kevin, that is an impressive feat. And it's also probably why he's won the NBA Sportsmanship Award more than anyone else in the history of the league, and why we will never win it.
And with an update from the sidelines, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. Anthony Edwards is figuring things out. He said there's levels. My first few years, I looked for my shot and nothing else. I've learned that I can't win without my teammates and that I have to throw them the ball too. It's a team game. I know that now. Kevin, I know it too, so I'm throwing it back to you.
And you're the best teammate we could have. Thank you, David. Now here's Randle, following the miss by Ja Morant. Gobert with a screen for Conley. 6 on the shot clock. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Conley's got it all tied up now for the Timberwolves. Memphis has gone past the three-point line for 13 of their shots. 6 of 13. And here's Morant. He's got 20. Jackson kicks to Morant. Over Conley. That one finds the mark. It's the 10th time he's done that tonight on 14 shots.
Obviously, Morant has found his flow here, finding plenty of ways to create for himself.
And we've got a timeout called from Chris Finch. He wants to regroup and go over the strategy. Into the third we go. 2 minutes in now. Randle no good. Memphis has gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Morant left side. A three-pointer no good. Timberwolves trail. Conley the pass to Randle. And the rejection by Jackson. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Jackson. Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half. Morant with the steal. Pass to Edey. Good, and a nice assist from Morant. Morant's got 3 assists now in this one.
Well, Morant's acrobatics often get the attention, but his passing is also elite.
Now here's Gobert. Nothing on the board. Here's Edwards. It's rebounded by Memphis. Edey's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Jackson, and Jackson throws it down hard.
Oh, taking it to the rack with power.
Hammering down the 2-hand slam. Conley against Bane. Edwards passes to Randle. Now McDaniels connects from 3-point range.
Well, keep your head up. Look for an opportunity to facilitate Julius Randle the delivery.
Conley against Morant. Pass to Bane. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Timberwolves trail by 3. Randall passes to McDaniels. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. And Greg, it didn't take long for Anthony Edwards to prove himself in the NBA.
There's so much to like about his game. As outstanding as his offense is, his defense cannot be overlooked. He is a lockdown presence when he needs to be.
Alexander Walker, he's checked in for the Timberwolves. Now here's Morant. 22 points for him. 8 feet away. That one off the back iron and out.
The defense not a factor there. Very surprising he couldn't capitalize.
Conley kicks to Gobert. Here's Alexander Walker, guarded by Jackson for the tie, and it goes down 2 points. Alexander Walker's got his first points of the game.
And guys, the D has to show a little more fight on the interior than they did on that trip.
Here's Morant, and he lays it straight in.
And that tells the tale here today, guys. Throughout this game, they've been able to get the ball in tight and finish.
And so Chris Finch calls for the timeout. He wants to talk to his guys. You have to like what you're seeing from John Morant.
Yeah, he's just torching right now. A good decision to huddle up, kind of hit the reset button, and figure out how to slow his roll.
And some changes here for the Timberwolves. Naz Reid, he's checked in for Gobert. Clark comes in for Edwards. And it's Dante DiVincenzo in for Mike Conley. 1:11 left to play here in the third. Morant right side. Outside for Jackson. Memphis moving it around. Back to Bane. Lets it go with a 3. And it's in. Basket number 6 for him thus far. He has only missed 2 shots from the floor.
The backcourt today as good as it gets. And they've earned the green light every time they touch the ball.
DiVincenzo passes to Alexander Walker from downtown. And DiVincenzo is good for 3. DiVincenzo's got the game tied up here for Minnesota. Morant against DiVincenzo. Jackson a screen on DiVincenzo. Morant kicks to Bane. Back to Morant. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Morant's got 9 points now in the quarter.
And the level of concentration. Morant looked under control despite being under heavy duress.
DiVincenzo can't hit it. Morant right side. From deep three-point land. The offensive rebound. Edey. And it's good, but hold on. The officials may want to look at that one on the replay monitor. And not so fast. The officials are going to
the previous play.
make sure they got it right before we go to the fourth.
And even though, you're thinking maybe we don't need the replay in a situation like this, still plenty of time left in this game, and really it's about getting the call right.
After review, the ruling on the floor is overturned.
They're going to switch the call. There is no doubt, looking at the replay, that he got it off in time.
Well,
John Morant has been leading the charge, guys, for the Grizzlies. He's up to 26 points in the game now. Just keeps pouring in the buckets. Right back after this break. We've reached the fourth quarter, and what has been a very competitive game should be an exciting finish. Morant is the point, with Bane out on the wing. Jackson is out there with G.G. Jackson. And it's Edey in at the 5 spot. That's the lineup out there for the Grizzlies. And a wide open look for Bane. That's good. And it's Jackson with the assist that time. And an important part of every team's game. We'll look at the hustle stats for the Grizzlies.
a high-effort brand of defense has been paying off for them in this one. They've managed to either block or alter a ton of their opponent's shots.
And their fast break has also been a key metric in this one. They have had a significant advantage in transition over the course of this game.
And then Morant slams it in.
And you're just asking to get burned when you give Morant a lane, using that speed to his advantage.
About a minute played here in the fourth quarter. For three, Edwards. Grizzlies with the rebound. Edey's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Pass to Bane. On the wing, Jackson. And again, it's the Grizzlies from deep.
Yeah, you have to make greater effort than that defensively. You know what he can do from range.
Well, to me, that's just inexcusable. You start to wonder how much they really want this basketball game.
Morant with it. Picked up by Edwards. Fires the 3. He can't hit that time. Timberwolves trail by 10. Fires for 3. Edwards shooting fearlessly from the arc.
Well, Anthony Edwards came into the league with a reputation as a scorer. He is starting to hum a little bit right here.
Morant passes to Bane. From outside, off the mark. Minnesota's gotten the three-point shot off 16 times tonight. 7 times they've hit it, 9 times they've missed.
And that's a little lack of fight at the defensive end.
Absolutely. At least on that slam, you're right. That's one way to let a team back in the game.
Right. You can see on that possession, one side playing with a little desperation, the other side losing focus.
Michael Conley, he's checked in for Miller. Conley kicks to Clark. Here's the screen. Pass to Reed. Back to Clark. Takes the 3. Rebounded by Jackson. Jackson's got his 7th rebound here tonight. Morant reaches to Jackson. And it's good for 2. Jackson's got 5 points now this quarter.
High-level passer. Even for a point guard, Morant shows the imagination.
Edwards against Morant. And the rejection by Jackson. Bane for 3. Falls right in. He is 8 for 11 with that shot.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flame.
One thing I enjoy is watching players who don't pay attention to the score. You lock in on the moment and play the right way.
Minnesota making some changes. Gobert, he's checked in for Reed. Randall comes in for Clark. And it's McDaniels in for Dante DiVincenzo. A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
I was able to listen in on what Chris Finch told the team. I asked for one thing, intensity. He said, I need you to crank it up to 11 out there. That's how we turn it around. Back to you guys.
Okay, David, thanks.
What you love about Rudy Gobert is he understands his strengths and where he can impact the game. That is primarily on the defensive end, but also as a screen setter offensively.
That's a finish he'll be bragging about for a while.
As he should. Very impressive.
How about that from your point guard, gentlemen? Playing big at the rim, okay?
And once again off the mark by Minnesota.
Boy, a little indecisive. I think he wanted to kick it out, changed his mind, and ended up missing.
Three-pointer. Mike Conley with the rebound.
When you're not in rhythm with the 3-ball, why do you keep firing from there?
Randall no good. And the Grizzlies leading by 10. Bane with it. Now defended by Gobert.
That's how you share the rock. He does this time and time again.
Time running out for the Timberwolves. With the shot. The putback, it's good on the putback.
It's never easy to keep Gobert off the glass. Soars over the defense for the putback jam.
On the wing, Jackson lets it fly from 18. A rebound by the Timberwolves.
You can't look at the result of that shot. They'll take that whenever they get it. And
they should, because it's when you start turning down that kind of look that your offense can start to bog down a bit.
And the agility, the hops, Morant just explodes off the floor.
Edwards looking it over from 15 feet away. Hits some rim on the way in, and the bucket's good. Edwards got 10 points in just the second half. Morant kicks to Jackson. Shoots over McDaniel. And there's Jackson on the assist by Morant. Jackson's got the lead up to 12 now for the Grizzlies. Morant against Edwards. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. That one's on Morant.
Guys, I think Anthony Edwards has got all the makings of not only a star in this league, but a superstar. Big frame, can score it, can board it, can handle it. Put him in any position on the floor, this guy can be successful.
Guys, I think this is a game they have to feel good about as we wind through the final moments here in what looks to be a solid win for the Grizzlies.
And it may be a comfortable win for him, but, they had to weather a few storms along the way, and that's all part of the story.
Yeah, Kevin, this was by no means the runaway that it might appear to be. It was a scrappy performance, though, all the way through.
And, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Ja Morant.
What a selfless effort tonight. He's done such a great job finding guys in their appropriate spots.
Jaren Jackson Jr., second personal foul, third team foul. At the line for the Timberwolves.
So the first one drops, and that brings them within single digits. And he cannot convert on the second. That misses.
They can't really afford to leave points at the line right now. He would have loved to cash in on each of those free throws and trim the lead even more.
And you can sense that these fans, these players, they are ready to celebrate.
Well, for all
And the Grizzlies with possession here. Well, this one is winding down now. Memphis can watch the clock run out. Morant passes to Bane. Minnesota with the rebound. Off target with that shot. So no problem for Memphis as they get the win. A confident win and one where they clearly showed the greater effort.
Yeah, I mean, it was a solid performance, particularly here at home. And I think they...
All right, David, thanks so much. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for tuning in. See you next time.